All right, so the one thing that brought our group together was that we were all into active learning, and right now, we're standing between you guys and the bus. So we're get a little bit of active learning into this. So can everybody please stand up? All right. Whoops. So what we're gonna do now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to simulate an event that you're all very familiar with. So please join me in simulating a graduation by singing along with
Silence. Of PhDs. I'm Mike B. To the far side of PhD.
Thank you, Mom and Dad.
Congratulations. We loved your application. We're going to hire you as an assistant professor. We loved your research. Little bit of teaching. Thinking statics, 200 students, you start tomorrow.
I don't know how to teach. I better go. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Professor Marie. I'm here to teach. Hi. I'm here to teach you statics. It's about when stuff doesn't move.
Let's ask Kyle. He's been here for 20 years. He's got to donate.
I don't have the time, resources to worry about. I haven't been figuring out how to motivate them. Don't worry about it. You'll get used to it.
There can't be it.
That's not helpful. What are we going to do?
You don't have any technology. You can't do anything. Wait, what do you do?
I guess we could try house in the chair.
Okay, I guess.
Oh, colleagues, hello.
Hello, Professor. Michael. I'm really having a lot of trouble in my class. They're not motivated, they're not engaged.
They're sleeping. They're sleeping.
Oh, my.
Look at that.
Something just came across my desk today, and I think it's perfect for you. It's called the Smiles Boot Camp. Students motivated by integrated? Interactive learning experiences. There's a boot camp. It's going to teach the teachers how to engage in active learning. I've nominated both of you. Good luck.
welcome. It's so great to see you here with smiles. Are you ready to do some interactive learning?
Yeah.
Welcome to boot camp. Show me how you teach. That's not good enough. We have to create active learning.
We need hands-on demonstrations.
We need located videos.
We need to get the students up out of their seats.
Creative projects. Demos.
Challenging the students. Excitement. Engaging.
Yes.
Congratulations. You've passed the prestigious Smiles Boot Camp.
Go forth. Do great things.
Let's go.
Yeah, right.
Welcome, students. Come and learn with us. Be the beam.
Be the beam.
Use the force. Do the equation.
Equation. Beam.
Force.
Force. I get it.
Yeah!
Yeah.
That's really
All right, so we want smiles. So we want smiles, students motivated by interactive learning experiences, and this platform focuses on teaching the teacher, the T3 system. This system involves the creation of boot camps which educate young junior faculty who are coming in who have not been taught how to teach, how to actually use active and engaging flipped, blended, and other project-based type activities to really improve their lectures, and not to do some of the practices that they learned when they were a student through observation, but to use innovative practices that they may have not seen. It's all about simulating various environments. Every institution doesn't necessarily have the same level of classrooms or the availability of time to actually focus on teaching. So the idea is to address time, space, socioeconomic, demographics, and how do we really focus and create targeted lectures for the environments that these professors are at. The idea is for us to actually be regional, to focus on issues in the regions, issues at the local institutions. So if we could create these pop-up boot camps and we can educate people, then we can lead to greater diffusion of this approach and an improvement across academia. And so that's pretty much the objective of our group, SMILES. And if there are any questions, we'd be happy to take them.
So I like this idea a lot, but many institutions already have established teaching and learning centers. So is there a way that you could think to partner your idea with already established teaching and learning centers that do know something about the culture and the availability of resources that a particular institution has?
Who wants to take it? Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if they have resources available, we want to make use of what's there. But if they don't have the resources, we also want to give them opportunities to use active learning techniques. They don't all need technology. They don't all need videos. They just need ways to get the students motivated. And so we want to be able to give them those. But if they have a center already established, it makes sense to work with them to diffuse our model.
And so it's just keeping the costs lower by bringing a network of faculty within the region together. And so, I mean, we've all benefited so much from these side conversations over the past few days, and those are the kinds of things that only happen when you bring people who are maybe trying to do the same things in completely different settings together and have conversations.
So I'll just add a few more things. Well, one is that even if you go to these learning centers, what happens is they are telling you general strategies, but you may not have the person in your area, and you may want to talk to a person in your area who could say, oh, you want to teach this aspect, right? This is what you could do, or this is what exercise you could run. For example, the idea came out of, Christoph was talking about Exceed, and other people mentioned that, which is happening for civil engineering, where they are speaking the same language and bringing in similar kind of people, but it's not happening in other disciplines. So I think that's a little bit of a tricky thing. I would like to talk to people who are very close to my area, but in my university, if it's not like gigantic, probably there won't be more than 1 or 2 people in my area to begin with.
I have one statement. I know our teaching center is university-wide, so area-wise, like I would like one for engineering, right? And then I really like the idea of regional for cost reasons. One thing you might want to consider also, kind of in addition or outside of that, is there's also across the country different levels of universities. We know this, and different resources types. So I've seen here kind of different universities that I relate to with different problems, and it might be good to get some of those together at times, although the travel costs would be more, but kind of similar resource type universities as well, because that would be a different type of interaction that they could get. Because sometimes I hear from a resource richer university, and it always bums me out.
So there's a workshop that actually is across engineering disciplines called National Effective Teaching Institute, NETI, and it's specifically focused on action learning. And it happens every year in a different place. There's actually two, a NETI 1 and a NETI 2 workshop. You have to have gone to the 1 before you can go. It's the prereq to go to the 2. But I would highly recommend it. It's probably like 2 days. But it's specifically really just focused on action learning, and it's really great.
Can I just add to that, like two days, that's enough to get some information. I think one of the things that we really talked about was similar to where we provided, 6 slides before the conference began. Somebody that was going to attend this Smiles Bootcamp could put forth 2 or 3 lectures that they would like to make more active, right? And change in some way, whether they flip the content, add a demo, do an experiment, add a project, and actually have somebody, possibly from a CTLE, right, Center for Teaching and Learning Excellence, come in and be able to say, okay, let's try this, and actually do it with that professor or with a small group of professors that teach a similar class, statics, dynamics, fluids, thermo, whatever the case may be, but actually practice it during possibly a week-long boot camp. And then when they go back, they have experience in doing this for 2 or 3 or 4 different lectures, and can then continue that forward and continue the process and disseminate that information, hopefully, to their colleagues.
Mm-hmm. One of the differences between NETI and what we're thinking is that NETI focuses really on the active learning techniques, which is great. But we were also looking at, well, if people want to do flipped learning, and they may not have the resources to do that, actually walk them through how do you create a video, how do you edit the video, what kind of techniques do you need, to create online demos or things like that. And then they actually work with someone to create those and get that. Because again, a major barrier to implementation is time and knowledge of how to do it. So if we can get at least the initial inertia past, it's more likely to be implemented.
I have the mic here. I have a comment and a follow-up question. In terms of the audience that you're targeting, which is the junior, I'm not sure that you need to only focus on that audience. I believe that senior faculty can benefit greatly about this type of exercises. And my question would be, how do you really motivate them or actually make them realize that they need help? Or that we need help?
You let me know.
I think the idea of going after the junior faculty was just exactly that it's the choice between spending effort to revamp a class that I can just show up and teach, the senior faculty approach, or I don't know what I'm doing, I've not done this before, that they're more receptive. And I think that our model of entry was just what was expertly acted over here, which was that idea that the junior faculty, the ones that these early adopters can show the enthusiasm, show the fact that they're able to effectively do this teaching, and that can gain that awareness and attention from other faculty. They say, oh, well, it actually make less work for me overall in the long run, and also I can better engage the students. I think that's the way we would want to approach it. And also the idea of the nomination, where we would want to get chairs and deans involved just in the same way that we got here, which is to have people identified to say, hey, why don't you go and participate in this?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. We have a lot of tools, and we are just here trying to come up with the greatest idea to reinvigorate, the teaching. Still, people adopting those type of ideas is one of the biggest challenges, and I think that needs attention.